Good morning. Hello, everyone. I am trying to get set up here with this new app that I'm working on. This is my first time to try it in the studio. I meant to try to do some, um, you know, trial period of it, but didn't have time for that. Have spent most of the time unpacking everything. So anyway, welcome. If it's your first time here, thank you for joining and tuning in. I'm going to give it just a minute and make sure that everything is showing. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, today would have been my mom's 89th birthday. Is that right, Kathy? 1932. Yep, 89. So yeah, miss her every day, but I know she's watching over us. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and share the screen, I think, here. See if it, yeah. Okay, so today we are going to be working with this new butterfly bouquet suite. It's not really a suite. Hi, Cheryl. Yay. Glad you're watching. Glad you're here, Cheryl. And this is actually an early release from the Stampin' Up! Annual catalog, which will, good morning, Betty, which will go live in May for you. So it's a month early, okay? And wow. So it's like, whoa, here it comes, you know, the retiring list is going to come out this month, and we'll be talking about that. But for now, they always like to give us a sneak peek of something that's coming. So we are using the Butterfly Brilliance bundle, which is this stamp set, okay? And then these two, it's one set of dies, but I needed two magnet cards to mount them on. And this stamp set, I'll show you, I have it on my Stamparatus. It's one stamp, okay? So that these items will be in the annual catalog, okay? But there are a couple of items that are exclusive to this promotion and just really beautiful. So I have right here the Butterfly Bijou Designer Series paper stack. I have one of each pattern. So you can see we have tons of butterflies, okay? So it's 40, how many sheets? 48 sheets, 8 pieces each of 6 designs, okay? So you have plenty. This one I love because the die, let me show you. This die, on one piece, cuts these out, okay? Now, like I said, this set of papers is only available during the promotion while supplies last, okay? So that would be from, it was started yesterday through May the 3rd. And if this sells out, the papers before then they're gone, okay? Because it's a while supplies last. So we have that set of papers, and then these texture, natural touch specialty paper. It's 2 12 by 12 sheets, and it's like this birch. It's textured a bit like wood grain. Can you see that? And very thin and so I like to use one of the dies on this, and we'll be doing that today. Okay, so there you go with that. That's the bundle. You can purchase the bundle together at 10% off, or you can purchase everything separately, or if you want it all, they're calling it well, I have it written down here on the flyer. Let me get it so I get the name right. The Butterfly Brilliance Collection. So it includes all of this for one price, okay? So if you have questions about that, let me know, okay? So I'm going to put this aside now. We're going to get started, but first I'm going to usually I like to send a little prize for someone that's shared. I do a little random drawing. And so for the last live, it's Margaret Brady, and she's getting some little, what are those called? Iridescent pearls? Yes. Okay. And so Margaret, if you're watching, or if you watch the replay, send me your address so I can get this in the mail to you, okay? And one thing before I forget to tell you, I think I didn't mention it last time. If you share, be sure you comment shared in the comment section like Connie just did, okay? And I see Betty. Thank you, Betty. So thank you all. Be sure you put it, and I've seen some of the rest of you share too. Okay, so now we're going to go back to this one. Oh, did the wrong thing. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to try to straighten this a little bit, and I'm going to add a banner. There's my host code for this month. All right. Okay, so let's get started. So my first card is using a little bit of a lot of the, that didn't make sense, did it? A little bit of some of a lot. Some of the elements from this collection, okay? So here we're starting off with a Calypso coral card base, okay? And that's 5.5 by 8.5. And I'll put all these measurements up. I'll try to get it here and on the blog, okay, when I get this featured there. All right, going to give that a good crease with a bone folder. Then I've got a piece of So Saffron, and somewhere I have my measurements. Somewhere, but let me just measure it here. Oh, it's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. That's going to layer on top here. I need to put my card in front of me so I can, all right. And then I have this piece of the Butterfly Bijou Designer Series paper. And look at those butterflies on the back. This measures 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so that's going to all layer up like that. But we're not going to put it on the cardstock yet because we're going to be working with this. And the first thing I'm going to do is use some of the Gilded Leafing. So when I got up here, I asked Jackie, I said, do you have an old shoebox? I say an old one. He buys these at Walmart so he can store things in them in his shop. And he went, yes, I have an extra one. So I got that, and I put there's a sponge in here that we're going to use this stuff sticks to everything, but it is beautiful. And it's really fun to work with. I'm going to get the sponge out. Okay. And I put this in here so I would remember what the name of it is, Gilded Leafing. Now, this currently is on back order, but it should be available mid-month, okay? And sometimes it comes in earlier than projected. You just have to keep checking for it. And if you need for me to check on something for you, just message me or send me an email, call me, whatever. Okay, I'm going to get my other things that I need. I need some heat and stick powder, okay, and Versamark ink. So what I'm going to do is just, let me get back over here. I'm taking my Versamark ink pad, and I am just going to touch it in different places on this designer paper, okay? I like to get the 4 corners. Okay, just like that. Then I'm going to take this heat and stick powder, which I need to get a little container for this so I can not have so much of a mess. Okay, so I'm going to just cover that. And you see how that's stuck to that heat and stick powder? Okay, I'm going to flick that off. And then I'm going to take this and very carefully put this back in. It's much easier with a little container, but I didn't have time to get that together. So I'm going to throw that away so I don't have a powdery mess everywhere. So we used to carry this heat and stick powder, and then it went away, and then they brought it back because of the Gilded Leafing. Okay, so now I have that. You can't really see. Well, yeah, you can. You see where the powder is, and it's kind of like abstract looking, but I like that. And so I'm going to take my heat tool and I'm going to heat this and melt it. Okay, so I have it on low because I don't want to melt it too fast. I may turn it up. There it is. It gets shiny. I'm going to turn it up now to the highest setting. And I'm trying to see if I've got all of the areas covered. I'm going to put that down so I don't burn my hand. Pretty good idea, huh? So Hudson, how's Hemley doing? Hudson is my niece's little boy, and he has a new baby sister. Okay, I'm trying to get this, my lighting. Okay, I'm going to get under the light. You may not, I know that's up close and personal, but I'm not getting it to melt without getting it close where I can see it get shiny. Okay, I knew I did the corners. Okay, let's see how this does. I'm afraid if you get it too, you wait too long, you kind of have to start with square one. But I'm going to try it. Okay, let's go. Let's go. All right. So now I'm going to take this. How do I want to do it? I wish I had little tweezers or something, but I don't. I'm going to take this and just brush it all over. And I think I may have gotten it waited a little too long, but you know, I'm liking it. You see how it just sticks in on that heating stick? And it just gives you a fun background. Put this here. Okay, so this is just another fun way to use it. You can use it, you know, with your stamps and ink. If you stamp in Versamark, then use heat and stick powder. You can put it over part of your image. Okay. Put a little bit more right here. I like it. It's not too, I was afraid I was getting too much Versamark on there, but it's just kind of a hint. See the shimmer? Okay. All right. Okay, let me get this out of the way. Pick up that big piece. Close this up before I have gold flying everywhere in my studio, which wouldn't be too bad of a thing. All right. Whew. Okay, so now clean that off, and I'll be sweeping later. And there's our gilded background, okay? So, okay, let me just tell you what happened. I heated that with the heat tool, and you've got to get the gilded leafing on there before it cools off and it's not sticky anymore, okay? So the places where it's stuck were the sticky places, and I like it, okay? So look at that. Okay, so now let's move on to the next step. That's done, and so it's going to go over top like this, okay? And I'm trying to think how I want that. I'm going to go ahead and put that on. And we'll get this bottom layer ready first. So up here at the cabin, we are just outside a state park where trout fishing is huge. And the opening day of trout season was March 1st. And it's a big deal. I mean, the kids are out of school. There are a lot of people down there fishing. And Jackie said, I think I'm going to wait. So he is probably going today. We did have some fish in the freezer, so that's what I've been cooking. But it's fun. So fun and pretty. All right, so there is our layer that's going to go on top of the card, okay? So now I'm going to show you, I'm using some of this foil, the Love You Always foil from the mini catalog. It has those different colors, and this is kind of like the rose tinted one. And I cut this one at 1¼ by 4. And then I have this same piece of 6 by 6. I cut, and there was some scrap left over, so I cut this piece, and that is 3/4 by 2 short, but we're gonna make it work. I want it by 4, so let me see if I can find another piece. Anyway, so Jackie got his fishing license, and I didn't get mine yet because it's still a little chilly for me to go out there fishing. So, but in a couple of weeks, I say in a couple of weeks, not this weekend, but next weekend, my sister and her son and maybe her daughter and my dad are coming up, and I'm so excited. So I've been working really hard, started yesterday trying to get ahead. Okay, this is by 4. See, that's how I want that to frame that out. And so they're coming, so I'm excited. And then Mia's coming to see me at the end of the month. So, okay, that's going to go there, and I think I can go ahead and put that down. And the reason I'm doing this part first instead of the main, the butterfly part, I'm using a little ribbon accent on this card, and I want to tie it around these 2 layers. Fiddle sticks. And before I attach it to the front of the card. Okay, so Lynn gave us a tip last time about foil and getting adhesive on the foil, and I have yet to get some Goo Gone. I thought I had some, but I don't. So Lynn's tip last time was if you get adhesive on foil, you know how it makes it yucky looking? You can get it off with Goo Gone. Okay, all right, let me take this off. Okay, so that's going to go here, but I want to tie my ribbon around it first. Okay, so let's take this fine art ribbon. This is from the mini catalog with that fine art floral. That, gosh, that's a beautiful set. So I'm just going to come around. I didn't cut my ribbon ahead of time, but if you're wanting to know how much ribbon you need, 12 to 14 inches. I'm not tying a bow. I'm just going to tie a knot. And this is, 4 inches wide. So, oh, I got gilded leafing on my nail. So let me go ahead and tie this on. So is anybody crafting today? Making any cards? I'm working. I'm behind on my thank you. Not behind, but I need to get my thank you cards for February finished so I can get those little gifts out. And working on that, and working on something special. And let's see. I say something special. It's just something for a group that qualified for a celebration. So I'm working on that. And just, gosh, I've got a to-do list, and there were so many things listed that I had to take them off and prioritize, which is, I know what you're supposed to do anyway. But, oh, great, Lynn. But it was like overwhelming me. I thought, wait a minute. Some of this needs to be done like today. So, and I used to prioritize like that, but I forget. Okay, so you see how I tied that ribbon around this so that it can go here? I need some more light here, I think. I don't know that helps any, but we'll see. No. Excuse the... Yes, she does make beautiful cards. Is that a little better maybe? I think it is. Okay. All right, so we've got this. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down. I'm using Stampin' Seal Plus. And let's see, I'm going to put it about 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom there. And the side to side lines up with the designer paper on here. Okay. Then I have a strip of basic white. I have a lot of these that I use with when I'm cutting my cardstock down, and I keep these strips because it's great for sentiments. And my sentiments I'm using today are from a stamp set that I haven't used a lot, but I love the sentiments, and I don't see it. Here it is. Posted for you. Okay. So I'm using Just a Note on this one. I did Happy Birthday on the sample that you'll see in a minute. Okay. Ink this up in Calypso Coral. And I'm just going to stamp it right there. And then what I do a lot of times is nope, that's ribbon scissors, Lisa. Trim this off. Like that. Try to do it straight. Bam. Okay, let's get that off my ink pad. I think I can close this up. I don't think I'm going to do the same thing I did on my sample on the inside. Probably going to add some designer paper. So here I'm going to put this just like that. And so I'm going to use Stampin' Seal Plus and get that right there. I put it partially on the ribbon and partially on the paper. Okay. All right. And then we're going to do some cutting. Yay. Okay. So let me get this out of the way. Put this back in here. And I'm going to get I think I'm going to use my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I need to clean him up, or clean her up. Okay. All right, so now I've got a piece of that foil. And I guess I would cut it 3 by 4 if I were cutting a piece of cardstock to use. This is, again, the Love You Always foil sheet from the mini. And I'm going to put the number 1 plate down, the number 2 plate down, and then this. And I'm going to get my dies here, and I'm going to use 3 of the smallest butterfly dies that are in the intricate ones. So I'm going to use these 3. Okay. So let me move this over. I think I'm off the center a bit. There's my little sheet. Here it is. So these are like, oh, so awesome when you die cut them, and then bam, they're just beautiful in that foil. I find myself saying, holding on to my foil. I don't need to do that. I mean, because you can use them on just about any project. So look at this. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. I probably should have run it back through just to pop out, but see, they're going to pop out fairly easily here. Let me get my little, first of all, put the dies back on. Do y'all know I never found that kangaroo die that I lost that fell off the desk during that live in Texas? I don't know where it went. My fear is that it flew into the trash and I threw it away. It's okay. If it carries over, I may just buy another set of dies. Okay, I'm punching these out. I'm gonna get this out of the way here. So anyway, yeah, I can't find it. So I try to really make a conscious effort to put them in either in my magnet bowl or on a magnet sheet. So I'm just punching these out. I'm not using my little brush on these. I like on the foil, I like to just punch it out. Okay, let me get back over here. So anyway, with this foil, it is the color and the texture of it, you know, the shininess, I thought went very well with the Calypso coral and the designer paper. So, you know, some things, sometimes you can get things to work together that aren't even part of the same suite, or just pull from your stash and see what you have that will make the card just like really pop. So let me push these out. If I would have run that back through, it probably would have punched all of those little pieces out. But it's okay. So that's what I did. When I was looking at this, I thought, these butterflies are beautiful, but I didn't want to just do them out of cardstock. You know, I thought vellum, that would be pretty too. But then I started going through my specialty sheets, like my foils, and I thought, this is going to work. This will work. And sure enough, it does. So thank you. If you're just joining us, thank you. And thank you for watching. And also, if you're watching the recording, thank you for being here. I know I'm kind of chatty, but that's what we do. Okay, I'm going to move this out of the way. What did I do with this? Okay, so look at that. How beautiful those are. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. I love it. Okay, so now we can go ahead and position them here. So I'm going to just scatter them around so that the gold leafing shows. Okay, so beautiful. I think I'm going to do this. So what I like to do here is take my liquid glue and put some, you know, behind the body of the butterfly on the spine there. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Yeah. It just makes me feel like I'm visiting with someone. Although, you know, I'm in here talking to not talking to myself, I'm talking to you all, but I'm really talking to myself. So, okay, let's see. And that's why I like when you comment, because I can look up and just answer you or comment back. So you don't have to stay quiet there on the comment section. I love seeing what you have to say. And if I miss it, I'll go back later. Sometimes last time there were some comments that I just saw this morning, because a lot of people watch the replay. I realize that. I'm going to do that. There's no right or wrong way on this. I'm trying to show off the gilded leafing. See? Isn't that pretty? And because I have liquid glue, I can maneuver around a little bit. I'm going to come down with it. I don't want it to look like rows. I want them to be scattered. Okay, let's go ahead and put it on the card front. And, oh yeah. Isn't that pretty? Now, don't you think that foil goes well with this? It just kind of picks up that color, that Calypso coral, I think. And then the gold is echoed here in the ribbon. Okay. Diane. Yay. I do too. And Jackie will come in and he goes, who are you talking to? I go, myself? He goes, is that good? I said, yeah, it just kind of, keeps me going and thinking, oh my goodness. So, okay, there it is. Now I have a piece of basic white for the inside. Thank you, Lynn. Thanks, everybody. And let me show you what I did on this one. Here's the first one. You see how the gilded leafing is a little different? See? Okay. And then on the inside, I took that background stamp and I stamped off, and then I put it here, and it's light enough where I can still write over that. Okay. But I think on this one, I'll probably add a strip of designer paper in here, because it's like more like a note card, like you're writing a little letter. So I wanted to leave it a little more plain. So let me go ahead and put that in there. And I should have cut the designer paper for the envelopes too, but I didn't. I was good to be getting these designed and finished so I could show you today. Okay, there we go. Okay, there's the first card. And so I'm going to kind of clear up a little bit, and then thank you. So I can get the next project going. Okay. All right, let's see. Switching out. Okay, I'm going to move these for now. Belinda, that's cute. Yes. How's your therapy going? Yeah. You talking to yourself? Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, I know. That's Jackie said, do you do? Do you talk to yourself when I'm not in here? And I say, yes, I do. Okay, this next one, y'all, I had to make myself use bright colors. Now, that one's pretty bright, but look at this. Woo! So I love that Magenta Madness color, but I've been like hesitant to use it because it's just like, wow, but so cheery. Okay, such a cheerful color. And then I put mango with it. Yeah, how about that? Okay. All right, let me see. Make sure I got my ducks in a row here. Getting that. So anybody else use those bright colors like that? Here's my card up here. Move this out of the way. I just had to, it's like, I'm going for it. I'm going to do it. I almost remade it in my, sherbet. Yes, Kathy, sherbet. I almost remade it in like more Lisa colors, like blues and greens. And I thought, nope, I'm going to do it because it's different and it's cheerful. And then I probably will remake it. And I say Lisa colors. Y'all know what I mean. Stuff like I normally craft with. Not the super bright, knock your socks off kind of stuff. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's get after it. Not a lot. I know, me too, Lynn. Blues and greens and naturals and the regals, This is bright and this is our in color. So I thought I'm making myself use it. So, okay, let's get going. I have a piece of Magenta Madness, 5.5 by 8.5. We're going to fold this in half again, but this time it's going to be a landscape card. Okay. Okay. Then the next layer is Mango Melody. Wow. Ooh. But it's okay. I liked how it turned out. Then I have two pieces of paper. The first one is the Butterfly Bijou. Okay. and it's cut at 1 7/8 by 5. This is 4 by 5 1/4. 1 7/8 by 5, and then a piece of that natural texture paper. Oh, Connie, that sounds fun. She says she's going picking for antiques or whatever strikes her fancy. Okay, great. Great, Connie, have fun. I can't wait to do that again too. I love looking. I don't buy a lot, but I like to look. Okay, so here we go. They're both the same size, okay, but 1 7/8 by, what did I say? 5. Okay, so one is going to go up here, and then one is going to go down here. All right, but again, this is, we're not going to assemble it because we're using ribbon so that we don't tie it around the card front. It's going to be around this layer. Okay, so I'm going to move this aside, and we're going to use the Big Shot Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine on this one. So let me find, there's some fun texture dies on this one, and I'm using these little dots. Okay, and get my Stampin' Cut and Emboss, my mini. Put that there. Take this, and we're going to run this through. Okay. Let's see how I'm going to do that. Okay, so I'm going to run it through twice. And I said earlier that this little paper, natural texture paper, is very thin, but it's that natural look, and I can't wait to make, I have another idea for a card that I'm going to try, and I'm going to do this again using this natural paper. Okay. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it pops for sure. I like it too. I like how it turned out. But when I got it out and I thought, okay, I'm going to use these two colors because they're in the designer paper, and this sheet kind of lent itself to that. So I thought, I'm going for it. And I'm not kidding. I almost said, oh, I better do a different one. This doesn't look like me, but it does. When I'm finished, it does. Okay. So, and when I say look like me, you know how you have a style. Everyone has a style. I mean, I try to branch out and do different things, but for the most part, you can kind of tell, you know, people's cards sometimes if you look at their cards a lot. Okay. Okay, so I'll move this way over here so it doesn't fall off. Okay, so now let's straighten this up again. Got that. And look, when I put it over this mango, the mango shows through. Isn't that cute? All right, so what I do on this one is I'm taking, I don't want glue coming up through those little dots, so I'm using my Stampin' Seal. If I can get it to work right. I keep pulling it off with my hand. There is such a learning curve with this. Y'all found that? From a snail to this, it's more, you hold it more up and down, vertical. Okay, so I'm doing that, and I made sure I got the corners. I need to get this little corner. I didn't want glue coming up through that. I prefer the Seal Plus over the Seal. Just saying. You know, we all have our favorites. My favorite glue is the liquid glue. But sometimes, like, I did not want glue coming up through this. Okay, I want to make sure I'm coming down about right. That's going there. And then this one is going to go here. Oh, have fun, Connie. this here, and I'm going to butt that up to that texture paper at the top. Okay, like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of ribbon, and it's about 8 inches, and this is the In Color Magenta Madness ribbon. All right, and I'm going to put a little dot, I say a dot, a little bit of Seal Plus right there to hold that ribbon in place. And I'm kind of I want 2 ends to extend beyond because I'm going to wrap those around. Okay. Now I've got glue here now, so not good. Okay, so now I'm going to pull this around and put some there so it can catch it. And I'm trying to get this straight, go around, catch it, and then the same on this other side. Okay, then I tied another little piece into a bow. Hey Diana, yay, you had a minute, huh? Okay, and that's going to go there, and I'm going to use a glue dot, I think. What did I do with my glue dots? Here they are. Thank you for sharing, Diana. Okay, get this there. Where is the glue dot? I had trouble getting this to stick to my ribbon, but once you get it on there, it's a good stick. Okay. All right. I see a little adhesive there, and somewhere I have this adhesive remover. Now we don't carry these anymore, but I think you can get them, maybe even on Amazon. But it's great, but you can't use this on the foil. Okay. So, all right. There we go. And that's going to go on there like that. So let's concentrate on our butterfly, but I'm going to show you the stamp and everything first. I've already got it cut out, but I have to show you. With this butterfly stamp, which is like a background stamp, see how big it is? The Stamparatus works great. I'm going to line that up there and put one magnet down here in the corner and one up here. And I'm going to stamp it in Memento black ink because most of these I will end up coloring with Stampin' blends, okay? So to stabilize this, when you're inking it up, put a stamp set underneath it, okay? And then take this, your ink pad, and I kind of twist and go with it because I want it to get in, especially see how detailed it is? You want it to get in all those little lines. And the great thing about this, if you miss this part, you know, when you stamp it, you can always stamp again because it's positioned. Stamparatus magic. Okay, so let's try that. Okay. When you stamp this particular stamp, I cut my paper, or you should. My suggestion is cut it 5 by 7. That way you can you have a little extra around for when you are positioning it to run it through the big shot with your die. And there's a little space around the edges. You see I'm really getting this stamped good. Okay. Okay, I missed something right there. Do you see there? I didn't press down. I'm going to move my magnet just a bit. And I'm going to ink that up again. Nope, I'm just going to go back over that little part right there. I could see where the ink was still on my stamp. So that's where I'm rubbing. Let's see if that got it. Yep. See there? Ah, gotta love it. Gotta love it. Okay. So now, oh, and I see a little spot there. Ta-da! I mean, awesome. Okay, so now, I'm not going to cut this now. For this one, you would need your larger die cutting machine, okay? But the magic, look at that. Run it through, and you have all these butterflies. So I'll be doing that later. Move this out of the way, and I'll clean that in a bit. So now I'm going to show you the butterfly that I have. This one right here. Let's get a quick piece of scrap paper. You know, when you color with alcohol markers like our Stampin' blends, it goes through the paper. It's supposed to, okay? That's normal. But, you know, sometimes if you have a work surface that you want to protect, this paper is like curly. You want to put a scrap piece underneath it, okay? I'm using the magenta, mango, and misty moonlight. I'm using the light version of each one, okay? And let's get started. I take this one because this is one of the colors in the designer paper as well, the butterfly bijou, and I color the body because this is kind of like whimsical colors, not true to life colors. And just give it like that. It goes with the paper. See the misty moonlight on those butterflies? Okay, so now, then I'm going to take my light Mango Melody and just coloring book color the whole butterfly. I always think this is kind of appropriate that I'm doing this today. When I see a butterfly, just, you know, a lone butterfly come fly by me, I think it's my mom telling me hello. It's happened so many times when it's like, where did that butterfly come from? So I say, okay, hey, Mom, I know you're watching. So kind of special with these butterflies. Okay. Now I'm taking the light Mango Melody. Okay. No, light Magenta Madness. That was Mango Melody. And I'm going over some of these dark spots. Just for fun. You know, it's like I said, like a whimsical butterfly. And who knows? In some rainforest somewhere, there may be a butterfly just like this. Who knows? I say rainforest, you know what I mean. Somewhere, there's all kinds of different colors in God's creations. Okay, so yeah, this is fun. And you see, there's no shading. I am just coloring and having a blast. So you do that too when you color. Okay, almost done here. Just using the artist, the little shading parts. And look, I mean, pretty. And it's going to match our cards. So, here we go. Now, we can take this, and it is going to go right here. Okay, and these little dots frame it out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and attach that. Some liquid glue again on the back. Get that base away for now so I don't mess myself up. Okay, so now I'm going to do a sentiment on here, and I think I'm going to do just a note again. I have a lot of people that I know that need lifting up in prayer and lifting up by sending a card. Let them know we're thinking about them. And goodness, you know, as card makers, what a gift we have in what we do, really. And you know that you can make a difference in someone's day. I always say, you know, let your light shine, be the light, because truly that's what we're called to do. And let's do it, y'all. Spread some sunshine out there. Just think about who is out there. And I mean, the Lord puts people on my heart, and it's like, oh, yes, that person. And just do it. Don't let your cards sit around stacking up. Which I'm talking to myself too. Don't get me wrong. I have a stack of cards too that could be sent out. But sometimes it's not the right sentiment. You know what I mean? That's not what I wanted to do, y'all. Okay, I'm talking. See, I'm chatting. And so I'll tell you what I do sometimes. Because sometimes, you know, you need a card like right then. Okay, I'm stamp this again. Okay. Doesn't matter if it's straight or not. I'm using the classic label punch. And I'm going to punch that out. Okay. Try to get it straight there. Center it. Okay, there we go. So then I have a scrap piece. Oh, I forgot to do something, y'all. This, I'm doing it. I cut some Mango Melody butterflies and I put it behind it just to give it a little oomph. And look, that liquid glue was my friend today, and I just pulled that right up and didn't mess up my card, but I wanted to do it. So I cut the whole sheet of butterflies again, just of solid Mango Melody to put behind there, just to give it like a shadow, and I just offset it a bit. Okay. All right. Back to this. Okay, I'm punching out Mango Melody. No, Magenta Madness. Goodness. All the M's. And I'm going to just offset that, the sentiment above that. Whoops, I hear somebody coming in my door.
Just your Phil.
Hey, get it done?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Say hi, Jackie.
Hi, everybody.
Okay. So right here, I'm going to put this. So what I was saying before I distracted myself with that boo-boo I made is, like, if I have this card and I need a birthday card, I'll take and I'll stamp happy birthday on Whisper White, basic white, and then punch it out with the same punch or cut it the same way and glue it right over top. Okay? Little trick of the trade. All right, so now we have that. And now I'm going to attach that to the front of our base. And I didn't do an inside for this one. I'll probably do designer paper again. So, and while I'm finishing up this card, I want to tell you that if you decide to order the Butterfly Brilliance bundle or the collection with everything, either the bundle or the collection, I have a PDF of 12 project ideas, 12 card ideas that I got together with a group of demonstrators, our tutorial medley group, and we put these together for you. So you have all these ideas to use this bundle or collection. The collection, remember, has the 2 papers included, plus the bundle at the 10% discount. And then you can just get the bundle too if you don't want the papers. Okay. All right, so there's that. And then I'm going to take some of my these are the in color dots that are a little fickle sometimes. Get my take your pick tool. It's right in front of my nose. Y'all, I'm closing this ink pad before I have an accident there. Okay, so I'm going to use some of the Magenta Madness ones. I like the ring, the Mango Melody ring to it. I keep calling it everything Mango Melody. Okay, I'm going to put 3 here. And 1 here. I'm doing 5, odd number. Normally just do 3, but it needed a little more. Okay, and then I'll cut a piece of basic white to put on the inside. And here's the first one I did. It's a happy birthday card. See? Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Cheryl and Pam. Thank you all. Okay, let me bring the other cards in. I can find them. Here we go. Okay, here is the one with the, let me put the ones we made today like that. Okay. Is that the one we made today? Yeah. All right, so butterflies abound. Beautiful collection of products. And let me come back on here, see if I can do it. So I hope you enjoyed that. I had so much fun crafting with you today and sharing and chatting. Be sure to check back and on my blog for the dimensions for everything. And thank you for sharing. Thank you, Betty. Thank you all for tuning in. And my schedule is to be live again next Wednesday. So I hope to see you then. Haven't narrowed it down to what I'm going to work with yet. So maybe it'll be a surprise. Thank you all for sharing. If you shared the video, if you did, be sure you put shared. And y'all have a great week and a wonderful weekend. And I hope your weather is great. And God bless you all. Let your light shine. Okay, share it. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.